Okay, so we have 4 decks here that my lovely friend has sent to me, and I'm just going to open them with you all, and we're going to explore all 4. It's going to be really fun. I've never thought I would do like an unboxing first impressions, but this gift is just so kind and loving, and I really wanted to make this video. Like, I really wanted to capture this moment of opening it. It's been so kind. It's the first time that I've ever received a gift like this, so I'm freaking out. I'm over the moon. I'm literally like, I'm beside myself, and that's not even a phrase I use. Like, I didn't know what it was like to be beside yourself until now, I guess. So yeah, let us open these decks. I have the Super Lunaris, oh crap, Nikisha's Oracle, the Earthbound Oracle, and Animal Allies Oracle cards. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna start with the Super Lunaris. Okay, so we'll just move these off to the side a little bit, and we will be touching on them later. Okay, so the Super Lunaris, I feel like it's a deck that I've always like been drawn to, but it's like come on and off my radar. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I would forget it existed. It's like I don't know exactly when it came out, but I feel like when I started on TarotTube, like it just wasn't, or like watching, like it just wasn't one that I saw a ton. Or maybe like I saw it more at the beginning of watching and then it kind of faded out. I don't know. But it's just such a deck that seems right up my alley. I love how it's called Belonging to a Higher World. It's just so freaking stunning. And I'm so freaking thankful. Oh, I didn't know it had like a fold out. I've made sure, like, I looked at some pictures. I knew this package was coming. And so I looked at some pictures. This is the only deck I was expecting. I did not expect 3 decks and crystals and bags. Like, this is, I'm beside myself, like I said. So, oh my gosh, look at the bags. Oh, so freaking stunning. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, I just feel like it came on and off my radar. But it's just always been one that I'm like, now that is a deck that's my style. I feel like just off the top of my head, it reminds me of the Ancestral Healing Tarot. There's another deck it reminds me of, but I can't think of it. So anyway, let's zoom in and just quickly flip through it. I don't want to take too long because there's 4 decks, but yeah, let's take a look. Okay, so we have the Fool. I love this freaking Fool. I love this deck, how like modern it feels, but it feels so traditional at the same time. Like, it doesn't feel too modern. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of modern decks like that, so I feel like this deck just bridges it so perfectly, and like for my style. I love this Magician. I love the collage style, like the digital collage style. Like, it feels smooth but not too like flowy, like some other decks that I feel like are a little too like mixy. I don't know how to explain it. Like, they're just, this High Priestess, oh, freaking stunning. Oh my god. And having this Birch here, Birch belongs in the High Priestess every freaking time, in my opinion. Birch or Willow. This is my personal opinion. I don't even know. Is Birch traditionally associated? I don't know off the top of my head in this moment. But now this is it right here. This is a freaking High Priestess. Ugh. Oh my god. Honestly, and I've never said this in a video, but I you know, before I started making YouTube videos, I was like, this is just, I don't know if I'm, how it's gonna sound for people to hear this, but like, I gotta be real. For me, one of my favorite things to see in a deck is a black or brown Empress. That's just the way that I see Mother. Not just my mother, you know, but Mother, you know. The Empress to me is a black woman, a brown woman. Like, it, that's just what it is to me. A black femme every single time. So for me, it's just like demerits if that's not the case. Like, I just got to be real, you know? That's just how I see it. And look at that. That's what I freaking, oh, this is freaking stunning. And the colors, I love how it's just this golden color. Oh my god, guys, I'm gonna pass out. This Emperor, okay, right? So I feel like, ooh, this is what I mean by modern. I struggle with modern, but this one, I can get behind it. I gotta be real. I can get behind it. I don't know if this deck is gonna do anything wrong. Like I said, I haven't looked through it in quite a long time because I knew the deck was coming. So I've shielded myself from seeing too much of it because I wanted to feel like I was seeing everything for the first, you know, as close to the first time as possible, because I have seen walkthroughs in the past, but it's been a long time. Okay, so love this Hierophant. Absolutely. This is just doing it for me. Ooh, this Lover's card. Oh my god. Ooh, that is good. The Lovers and the Devil are my birth card pair. So I always, And I'm not going to lie, I really struggle with those as a birth card pair. I think the Lovers is, I was going to say unnecessarily complex card, but I don't know if it's unnecessarily, but it tends to be a complex card in the different ways that you can read it. So I really like this one. I think this is really well done. I'm not a huge fan of seeing like black hand, white hand stuff or black person, white person stuff in like any deck, or like whenever you're trying to show opposites is not really my favorite thing, you know, so that's something, but I'm happy with this. I didn't even notice it. It wasn't the first thing I saw. Usually it's the first thing I see and I didn't see it. So I'm a big fan, big fan, big fan. I love the snake. I love the lotus. Is that a lotus? Whatever flower that is. I love it. And I love that this isn't white. Like this is like, this thing's going on, you know. I feel like daylight, moonlight type of thing, you know, conscious, unconscious. Oh, we have a wheelchair chariot. Y'all know how I feel about a wheelchair chariot. But, you know, it's not, you know, I don't even know what I was going to say. I'm vibing with it though. I'm vibing with it. You know, it's a hit or miss, but I have new feelings about it. Yes, yes, yes. I'm interested because I feel like I expected to see like a lot of purple. And I love how it's just, the colors are so soft yet vibrant at the same time. That's definitely something I'm really loving. Oh, I feel like there's so much going on in the background here too. Really nice. Ooh. Oh, okay. I like the style of this. I like how fluid it feels. Ooh. That wheel really pops. Ooh, I didn't even notice the hand. I love it. Love it. Justice. I feel like this deck is very unique. Like, I don't feel like it's doing anything like overtly unique, but it just has this very uniqueness about it. I don't know how to explain it. It's very ineffable to me. I mean, I've been using that word too much, but I love the, like this, like almost like a splatter behind. I don't even know how to explain it. I love how mundane this feels. It's funny because the Hanged Man, in this case, the suspended one, came up recently in my most, in another video. So I'm intrigued to see the hands down at the sides, which is really interesting because in the Heindel, the hands are spread out. So that's interesting. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is interesting. Oh, now Okay, so we know about wildfires and how different, and how that can affect an ecosystem depending on the ecosystem, right? But oh wow, this person in here, kind of creepy, not gonna lie, but I like it. I'm vibing with that. Ooh, I love this. This is so nice. I like the angel. I don't feel like I don't usually see the angel as an aspect per se. Like, it's just not one that I align with a lot. But I really like that this one feels heavy on the angel. I like that. Oh my. Nah, that's nice. Okay, let's put that next to the lovers. Lovers. Interesting. So we have side to side and top to bottom, which I really like. I didn't think of that. That's a really cool depiction. But yeah, let's move. I'm going to try to move a little bit quicker. I love a good star. I love the star card. It's because last year my card was the star for the year. And it was my first time doing like the whole like calculate your birthday and the year and figure out what your card is for that year, as opposed to your birth card based on when you were born. So every year you focus on a new card. But yeah, so it's because the star was the first one that I ever did. It was just now the moon is next, and this one's, I love how it glows. I was talking about this with the ancestral healing as well, that it glows, and I really love that about it. This is really nice. I'm a big fan. Big fan. Oh, isn't that the one on the... Yeah, there it is. It's the one on the box. I love that. Definitely gives Aeon as well. I like that. And the world. Black. I love to see it. You know me. And that was on... What was that on? That was on something, right? Oh, yeah, it's in one of the pictures that came with it. So we got the Ace of Cups and the World, which I love. Okay, big fan. Love it. Let's just try to move quickly. Oh, I love the abstract style. I think that's what it is. It feels abstract, but also real at the same time. And I think that's what makes it extremely, like, visually balanced. I think that's what it is. There's a real sense of visual balance here, and the colors are also, like I said, soft but vibrant. There's just a lot that's, I feel like, is being balanced in the artwork. I definitely will take a deeper dive, but I feel like because I'm trying to get through 4 decks, I don't want to spend too long. I'm definitely going to go through it on my own as well. Oh, I don't know. Sometimes people in decks tend to look, they give like a familiar feeling, and I really enjoy that when a deck gives a familiar feeling. I feel like it imbues it with a sense of like personal connection. Like I feel like it's my deck, and it feels like, you know, I think there's a magic in feeling like a deck was, you know, made for you on some level. Like it's made for each of us who have it and connect with it for whatever reason, and for however long we connect with it or, you know, work with it. Sometimes faces can be a little bit not off-putting, but like they can just feel like too much. Like you're just not looking for that type of feeling when you're looking at a deck, like recognizing people. But so I think it'd be interesting to see how this, like how that develops for me, because sometimes I do feel that way, which is not why, but that's, I forget how I was going to say it, but the point is it's not something I've experienced before, and I'm really intrigued to see how it happens here. And I tend to like personify and make it really literal, the people in the decks. Like, so even when there is that connection, I mean, even when there isn't that connection between like I see a face and it reminds me of someone per se, when that's not there, I will end up developing a relationship with the person in that card, and like in my mind they like have a certain personality and they have a certain vibe to them, and so it feels like they're talking to me. Like in this case, I would have, you know, this person, I'd be like, I don't know, I would just like build a life for them in my head, or build, you know, some type of energy, you know, matrix about this person. So I find that really interesting. So I'm interested to see how that develops, because there's so many people in this deck. So many people. Ooh, I love this Queen of Cups. Ooh, I love that. Ooh, okay. I'm vibing with this king. I've been thinking about Odin as the King of Cups because that's in the Heindel as of late. It's been a minute. I don't think I've received Odin in that deck in a minute. I don't know what that means. Well, I did in the Hanged Man, but the court card for the Father of Cups in the North. Ooh, I like that. I like how dark that is. That's intriguing. That reminds me, that red eye covering. It was red? Oh no, it was black. But the red reminds me of the Fountain Tarot. I want to say it's one of the Swords cards for sure. Okay, that's a vibe. Ooh, I like that. Let's see you in the armor, girl. I like that. And I always find it interesting to see who's in the boat, if there's someone in the boat. I like that. These skies are freaking incredible. The skies are really, I think, there's a lot to read in that. I know that that's definitely part of readings with the Rider-Waite-Smith, is like what's going on in the sky. So I like that there's a lot going on in the skies as well. Ooh, I really like this. Wow, this is kind of dark and depressing. But that's not a bad thing. Ooh, the rainbow? Okay. I see you. That's what I don't know, something about like, what's going on here? Like, obviously, it's quite obvious. But like, why pink? Why this like image of swords? But this is like blood spatter. But then there's a rainbow. Like, what's going on? And I'm intrigued. And I don't know, I find that this deck so far is really giving me a lot of there's like a subtle intentionality. Like it's very, but it's not subtle at the same time. Do you know what I mean? I'm vibing with that. I don't know if I'm going to say I'm vibing how many times, but... Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I like that. Look at the wind blowing on that tree. Oh. Oh, that's really compelling. Okay. Okay, look at them clouds. Okay. So interesting. Like, I don't know, something about the juxtaposition here. I love that. I feel like they show the court cards energy really well, and that is something that I really value, because the court cards are honestly, they tend to be my favorites. Like, I really love court cards. I really, really, really do. Interesting that this goes up similar to the Two of Swords that we just looked at. That connects me. Oh, the aces are so pretty. They're so pretty. Oh, they're so pretty. I feel like, yeah, pretty is the word. These aces are pretty. They're beauteous. I love it. There's so much texture. I think that's a really beautiful aspect of it, is the level of texture in each card. It doesn't feel overdone. It doesn't feel overwhelming. It feels, like I said, subtle but intentional. I feel like there's so many layers to every card, like obviously meaning wise, but also creatively. So interesting how it's a clone without being a clone. Like these clone, like some of the clone aspects really, they're kind of surprising. Like this is as clone as it gets, but it's also the suit, real interesting. I don't like seeing people's suits in decks, really. I tend to not like it. It's kind of triggering, to be real, you know? I don't know, something about a man in a suit kind of triggers me. No shade to anybody. I hope it's not offensive. But sometimes it just, like on a conceptual level, not to say I get scared when I see it in real life, but like conceptually, it just has, you know, negative connotations. You feel me? I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one. Y'all let me know, but I gotta be real, you know? I gotta be real. Interesting. I have thoughts on that. Ooh. Oh my god, it's a freaking, oh my god, barn owl. I've been in my owl game lately. Owls have been, you know, animals. Let's just say 2023 has really, and it's continuing. Like, it's just getting deeper and deeper. My love and connection and like awareness of animal energy is just soared through the roof. Like, I was never anti-animal per se. Like, I wasn't like, yeah, animals are not for me. I mean, I definitely had like fears growing up. Like, it was a whole thing. I used to be afraid of birds. I think I've said this in a video. I used to be afraid of birds. Now I'm not afraid of birds. Now I freaking love birds. Now birds are like my freaking number one animal in this life. It's crazy. But all that to say, barn owl, it's very recent. It's very fresh for me. January. Was it January? It can't have been December, but January feels too recent. Either way, I had a very specific moment. Yeah, anyway. Ooh, so seeing the barn owl or the barred owl, those are my two buddies right now. Yeah, I like that. I love the clone, but not clone energy. Okay. Pages of, oh, this is the first one that we've seen with like a more of a silver, silvery coin, pentacle. Oh, I love to see it. I've been vibing with the knights lately. I remember there was a point where I would get Knight of Pentacles over and over and over and over again. I don't know what was going on in my life at the time. I never uncovered it fully, but the knights are coming up again. Knight of Pentacles. I love this queen. That dress. Okay. And a deer and the rabbit. Love it. There's a bird up there. I don't know if you can see. The widow birdie. Ooh, I love the purple. Yes. And I love that this deck is not all white. You know? That's a plus. Sorry, don't mean for the sarcasm, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I can't freaking wait to work with that deck. Oh, should I shuffle it? I think I'm going to shuffle it. Oh, no. Should I shuffle it now? Should I wait? Okay, I'm going to shuffle it. Oh my goodness, I'm shuffling the deck for the first time. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, we'll do more shuffling. Oh, this is an interesting texture of a deck. Okay, we will move on though. I'm not going to shuffle too much. I'm going to do my own readings, and I'm really excited for that. So I think next we're going to do Nikisha. Maybe we'll do Nikisha and Earthbound at the same time. That should be interesting. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, no. Sometimes tuck boxes be like hard to get into for the first time. Oh, I'm in love. Freaking, oh my gosh. I can't believe this is your favorite deck. Why didn't you tell me? I had no freaking idea. I've literally wanted this deck for years. I don't know if it's years. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it's been a long time that it's been in my favorites on Etsy, for a long time. And it's wild because I'm just like, why didn't I never get it? It's so affordable. At least I think, if I remember correctly. But look at that. Nature decks. They're for me. Okay, I have to change my battery. Be right back. All right, next we're going to hop into Nikisha's Oracle. And I wanted to leave it down, but I think I'm going to keep it in my hand. Sorry, I have a little cut on my thumb. I don't want that to be distracting, but we're going to do it anyways. Okay, so first we have Journey. It's been a minute since I've seen these. Oh, I love the bags. They're so pretty. I love that. Okay. They're not reversible. They look beautiful both ways. Yep, that's the present. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Oh, this deck is really, really, what do they call it? Deceptively deep. Like, it seems so like whimsical, but it's so much more. Oh, thank you so much. I love this. This is so awesome. Unknown. I love how many trees are in this. I'm in my tree era. I mean, I've always been in my tree area. You know I love trees, but there's just something I feel like, you know, in my practice as of late, it feels like a really strong call to be like, bitch, you need to be in the trees right now. Like, stop. Not stop. Like, it's not like a reprimand in any way, but it's like, you need to be in the trees. Like, the trees have something for you, and it's an essential part of your path at this time. I'm going to talk while I flip because I'm still taking in the images, but I don't want to, like, you know, take too long and wait between each one. Is that a willow I see? Oh, honestly, now lake just feels like the I Ching to me now. Like, every time I see lake, I'm thinking about the trigram. Canyon. I love this. And the reason why I was initially attracted to this deck, which I think it's obvious for obvious reasons, I'm just like all about nature, but I really liked how, even though it was there weren't like keywords per se, they were more so titles. I feel like because I have such a I really spend my time and energy into building personal relationships with different elements and different aspects of nature, that there's so much rich meaning in here for me, and I'm sure that's the case for folks who, you know, work with this deck or decks like this. But like, that's what I always really loved about it. I really felt like it was just so, it felt whimsical, but it also felt it could go as deep as you wanted. Oh, I love the cave card. Is there a bigger version of this deck? I can't remember exactly. I know that there's like a few other decks that this creator has made. Oh, library. I forgot that was in here. I love that there's like more than just nature elements. Like, I love the fact that there's fire. Fire's on the agenda this week. Oh, and I love how the borders are all different. That's so freaking cool. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to work with this deck. See, wind is another one that now just makes me think of the trigram. This is so freaking stunning. Ooh. And what I love too is that a lot of these cards are kind of similar in the ways that they're depicted. So I feel like that'd be interesting if I do like a multi-card reading with just this deck alone, or if this, just using multiple cards from this deck can definitely, I think it might be really interesting to see if cards that are illustrated in similar ways tend to have like how they show up in the reading and how they might like play off of each other. There's a lot of tree cards. I love that there's a specific tree card, and then we also have the forest and the swamp, because one tree is different than a forest, right? And obviously a swamp is very different. Oh, see, I love this. Is what I mean. Like, I like that instead of like the fawn, it's just like being a close up of the fawn. It's the fawn in their habitat. And what was I just saying about similarities? Like, if these two cards come up, like look at fawn in the horizon. Like, how would you read these cards that have similar clouds, right? I love that. And this reminds me of the future card. Gears. Oh, that's so interesting. And gold. This reminds me of the Empress in the Super Lunaris. Gravity. Sapling. That's great. You don't see sapling in cards, I feel like. And play. Play is always a lovely card to have in a deck. I believe in it. I believe in play. And work, I believe in work. Ooh, another owl, another owl. I love the time. This is really interesting. Ooh, oh my gosh. I didn't know they was going to put stuff like this in here, like concepts like that. And reason. Oh my gosh, tell me more. Give me more. Deception. Ooh, I love that. I love that. Ooh, that's a great way to... Oh, this reminds me of being like duplicitous and like masks. I love that. And truth. Okay. Ooh, Nova. This is nice. Obviously. I don't know if that's really, what's the word? That's not earth-shattering information. Crowd. Huh. This is really interesting. Oh, wait. Like, look at that. Interesting. Oh, day and night, of course. I love how there's like various facets of something. Like day and night, we have logic and reason and truth and deception. I love that. Dream and ooh, I love that dream is in here, and I love that chaos is in here. Ooh, and I love that wild is in here. Oh my gosh, these loopies. I've been like doing a lot of loopies like this recently. I know my QPP is going to know what I'm talking about. That's, oh my gosh. And I love that it has this. This is really nice. Ooh, draw another card. I really like decks that have like imperatives or questions. Like they have like a thing, like very specific, like reach out if you are lonely, or trust your intuition, or work with the environment, specifically find shelter, find your balance. Like I really like when they have these just like statements, like they just tell you what to do. It's really nice to be told what to do sometimes, make an effort, take a chance, question everything, welcome the new, sleep on it. I love that. Okay, so that is Nikisha's Oracle. I'm so freaking excited to work with that. And I love how it's small. That can really work. I've been wanting to maybe think about more Trump size decks. I worked, my Oracle that I ordered for this year, we're going to look at the Earthbound next. So I'll just start flipping through this. I think I didn't expect this, but this one is not as surprising because we talked about this deck. Nikisha's was a complete shock, and I can't believe that it's your favorite deck. Her favorite deck, your favorite deck, if I know you're watching this. So I can't believe that. Like that's wild to me. And I would actually love to use Nikisha's with the Super Lunaris. That is going to be really fun, I think. But what I love about this deck too is that every background is different. I'm like kind of a sucker for different backgrounds, actually. So that goes into what I was just saying, two things, which is one, that Trump decks, the Oracle deck for 2024, for the words of the year for 2024, I have an Oracle size coming in as well as the Trump size coming in. So I'm really intrigued to see how those tend to work out. Oracle size tend to be really big. Like I'm not a huge fan of Oracle size decks. Achievement, I love that. I'm not a huge fan of Oracle size decks, but I wanted to try it. I feel like last year I did tarot size for my deck. Ooh. Big fan. You know, I just love an antlered creature, and I love how not only do we have the wings, but the little feathers up here as well. I'm really intrigued to see like what associations I get with this deck. Bond. So interesting. That is really interesting. I know like literally everybody I feel like has this deck, so it's like I was gonna be like, I wonder if people who have this deck, like what they think about not having a guidebook, because I'm like, it'd be kind of nice to have a guidebook for some of these, right? Like obviously I'm totally down for like no guidebook, all intuition, build your own relationship. Like I'm down for that. I love the ceremony card. It's giving high priestess, it's giving lovers energy to me. I love the chameleon. But yeah, it would be nice to have a guidebook for some of these, but you know, I'm excited to see what relationship I build with it. But back on the topic of different backgrounds, so in addition to having those oracle size and the trump size, I also, for the like the word only cards, I made sure that those ones, all the backgrounds are like slightly different. I don't know if it's gonna come across. I always love a death card. I don't know if it's going to come across. Ooh, deceit. So interesting that we have the snakes here. So interesting. You know, we all love serpents, especially, you know, not we all, but you know what I mean? Like serpents come up a lot when it comes to tarot and spirituality, and there's a lot going on with the snake and the serpent, etc. You know, the Ouroboros. But it's so interesting also to see them in this like negative position as well of deceit. Super interesting. So we, you know, we think about it in terms of regeneration, but then there's also like association with the devil, etc. You know, this is super interesting. But I like how the other deck also just had the word deception. So that's really cool to see different interpretations or depictions, I should say, of a similar concept. Yeah, these depictions are super interesting. Okay, and so I know that my friend got this for me for our SKT study that we're gonna do. They said that like they make a good pairing, which I'm really excited to see. This is, yeah, these depictions are super interesting. I love the surrealist nature of this deck, and of this like artist overall. Like, see, you know what I mean? Like there's a very abstract meaning behind it. It's a little bit more trying to tell you something than Nikisha's per se. Like Nikisha's is telling you something, but it's also very like you get what you get out of it. This one has more of a specific concept that it's illustrating, I think. At least, you know, a more narrow, if that, yeah, you get what I mean, right? So it's like I'm intrigued. What was I saying? Right, but it's like but the abstract nature of it and the meaning of it just makes it like a really, really like interesting, I feel like subversive, just makes you think type of deck. I would really love to have the wooden tarot as well. I think especially as I've been connecting more with animals. This is, oh, I don't know. I don't like it, but it's really sweet. As I've been connecting with animals, specifically birds. Home. Interesting. I would definitely want to know more about that. Whatever is going on there. Yeah, I think the wooden tarot would be really interesting to work with, especially as someone who wants to work more with dreams. I like this for intuition. Definitely not one that I would think of. I really like that. Labor. And bees, you know, bees are my thing because, you know, flowers are my thing. I love how like vibrant that is. Like that's some deep coloring. It's like, I feel like the most like full of color. Not a lot of them have like this much color in it. So I really like that for labor. Life. A seed. These are not all straightforward, which I really like. Oh my god, is that a rabbit's foot? I don't like that. I don't know if it is, but Luna. I love a moon card. I really like this message card. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. Something about this is iconic to me. I feel like I've seen this, and this is a card in this deck that sticks out. That plus the seed that I just showed you. Those ones I feel like, I don't know, something about them is really iconic. And I love how illuminate and obfuscate are both in the deck. I just love a good like balanced, you know, duality there. Permanence. Oof. Permanence can be encouraging, or it can feel like an indictment. I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for, but permanence is a tricky thing, is it not? It's like we all not we all complain, but I feel like we tend to complain about transience and like how difficult it is. But transience is a real gift, you know. And I guess, you know, the same thing could be said for permanence. Like, we struggle with permanence, but permanence can also be such a good gift, a stabilizer, you know. But I think it's really interesting. I think one of the first things I think about permanence is like, be careful what you make permanent or what you want to be permanent. It's very much like a be careful what you wish for, I feel like, vibe. I don't know. This is the salmons going up the stream. I like it. Ooh. Ooh, I love this card also. I don't know, something about that really hits me. But you know, the word reflect is not the first thing that would come to my mind. So I'm very, very intrigued to see where this this deck goes. Ooh, I like this resistance card. Interesting. I love that every card very much has this feeling of like, it can be a good thing or a bad thing. You know, not to say that everything is good or bad, but you get the vibes where it's like, it can be something you like, it can be something you don't like, it can be something that's helpful, something that hurts. And most things are both, right? Like, depending on the context. I really like that. And I like how there's a mix of like things and adjectives. I don't know if that's the word. The parts of speech. I tend to struggle with like what fits in a part of speech. What does that say? Oh, those are the zodiac. I like that. Toxic's got to be part of it. You know, so for your toxic ex, I don't know. I'm just joking. I love it for transformation. That's sweet. Really interesting too how we've made an X here. I think that's clever. Travel. Oh yeah, and we have this. Oh god, I don't remember what this is called, but I like that. What the heck? Is this a blindfolded owl? I'm not mad. It's fine. And it's a barn owl at that. You can tell because of the heart-shaped face and how it's like, you can just tell. And obviously is that plumage? Gosh, I should know that. Ooh. All right. I feel like this deck is going to call me out. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. Something about this card just called me out right now. It really did. I love that it has the elements, of course. Wealth. Ooh, this reminds me of the gemstone card in the Faceted Garden. And wisdom. Ooh, love it. With the raven. Oh my gosh, did the raven like pull out, like open up the book? They're so smart. What a freaking stunning deck. I love it. Thank you so much. I can't believe I have this deck now. Like, gosh, it's been forever. I have to edge it ASAP in like a little tan, you know, nice little, and more so like, what is that? Ivory, pine? I know ivory's not like a tree. I mean like color-wise. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is too much. Too many decks, you guys. Okay, let's move on to our last deck. All right, we're gonna get into the Animal Allies Oracle cards. This is the last deck that was gifted. I can't even believe that I've been going through decks this long. This is wild. And not that I'm not having the best time, because I am having an amazing time. And I know that there's a freaking moose in here because, you know, I have a freaking kind friend who just you know, is so kind and pays attention to the things that I love. But I just want to quickly look at this. Oh, I don't want to get spoilers. I don't know every animal that's in here. Oh, dang. They really went all in on this. They went through the whole shebang. And the back. Wow. Okay, I'm excited. And I love what it says on the inside. So this one is wild energy is all around you. And on the bottom it says you are not alone. I love that. What a kind. It's giving Prairie Majesty types of like, it seems real cute, but the depth and care is just over the top. Okay, so let's get into the Animal Allies. Oh, I love this. Okay, so we'll read that. Ooh, teachers, resources. I love when there's resources included. Yep, animal speak, gotta be. Pixie light horse, you know it. So yeah, I will definitely be looking into those more. Oh, I really like the style. I like the style of this deck. This is, you know what I love? What's so cool about this too is like I feel like this is not one that I would know that I loved until I got it in my hand. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of the best to get as a gift is because you wouldn't have got it for yourself. I mean, not the best actually, because something that you would get for yourself is also a really like sweet gift too, right? But I love when decks are like you don't really realize how amazing they are until you have them in your hands. I always find that really special. And I feel like this is one of those decks. I didn't even know this freaking deck existed, I don't think. So, like, I don't remember ever knowing about it. So this is so perfect on so many levels. And I love, I mean, I think I could mod this deck by putting, like, words around it if I wanted to, but I don't have to. I think the fun part about decks that don't have keywords, and not gonna lie, like, I like when a deck has keywords, but at the same time, I also vibe with decks that don't have keywords, especially like these decks with like flowers or animals, things like that with like certain objects. I like when there's no keyword because it allows me to develop my own understanding. The depiction already gives a vibe, you know, some more than others, but oopsie. But I feel like I like to have that connection within myself. That's why I didn't get plant decks for a long time, because I was like, no, like I'm all about direct revelation, and I want to research this animal. I want to find out about it. Obviously, not all of these I want to see in the wild, but you know what I mean? Like I want to learn about it through direct experience and be able to develop an understanding on a spiritual level as well through that knowledge and experience. So you know, my experience of bears and how I relate to bears is going to be different than the next person. But there's obviously going to be overlap as well, because, you know, the animal is the animal, and a lot of the behaviors, the habitat, and what they eat and things like that are going to be, you know, across the board. And so we can have a lot of that is the same going on with them as far as our relationship and connections to them. You know, like bees is a really good example of that. You know, we love bees because they're pollinators. We love bees because they make honey. We love bees because, you know, how bees, you know, their colonies, their hives. There's so much there, right? How they work, how they operate. There's so much symbolism in that, and so much we can learn from that. But at the same time, my relationship with the bee is going to be completely different than yours. So if you have like a description for the bee, and it's not exactly how I would use it, then it makes a little bit, not an obstacle in a bad way, but it gives a sense of like, it pushes me in a certain direction. Maybe that's not the direction that my mind automatically goes in, and you can ignore it, but let's just be real. When I see something, it's hard to like unsee it, you know? So yeah, all that to say, I really like how this one doesn't have keywords. I was like, literally as I was talking, I was like, watch them have keywords when I look closely, but they don't, so that's good. And I like that. I like this beetle. I'm not a fan of beetles like that, but I like that beetle. Bighorn sheep. Boar. And I feel like this one has really interesting animals too. I know I'm not talking about every single animal, because if I did, then I think that would be like way too long of a video, and that's not necessarily the video that we're making. Love buffalo. I really do. Is it a buffalo or a bison? Well, I'm not really sure if that's the point, sir. I'll decide what the point is, fool. Okay, that's just for my Avatar fans. Anyway. Ooh, butterfly. I love butterflies. They're complicated for me. Oh, a canary. I like that. I love that. Oh, this is gonna be so much freaking fun. Like, I'm gonna have a blast. I'm gonna have such a blast. I'm gonna get to connect to all these animals. I feel like this might be my favorite animal deck. And that's saying a lot. Not that I have a ton, but I have the Terra Oracle. I freaking love that deck. But I might like this one a little bit more, simply because it feels so expressive. And I feel like the Nikisha. Ooh, wait a damn minute. We might be able to work with these together. I like that. Ooh, I've been really loving pairing oracles together recently. Yeah, I've been really loving putting oracles together, so I'm really excited to see. But like I said, the reason why I feel like this is really sticking out to me as like a deck that I'm gonna love is because of the no keyword thing, because of there's so many animals, and I feel like there's some interesting ones, or I should say more uncommon ones to find in decks, maybe at least to me. Crow, of course, you gotta see a crow in a deck, right? You kind of gotta see a deer in a deck as well. But I like that it has both animals that you would expect and animals that you won't expect. I think because deer and like I said, bees, or what was the one we just looked at? Crows. Like those are ones that we're gonna expect to see, and that we have more of a common, relationship with. Like a lot of people have relationships with the dolphins. We have our associations, even dragonflies. I like this. But I don't have a personal connection with a dragonfly. I have a connection with with dragonflies that's based on someone that I know. And so when I think of a dragonfly, I think of them. So that's one. But I don't have a personal, a personal understanding of them. So I think this will also be, eagle is the vibe. Eagle is the vibe 2024. Look into it. I'm just saying. I love, eagles. Eagles are my coming into 2024 collective animal for that. Elephant. Who doesn't freaking love elephants? But I'm so excited to learn more. I could see myself using this also with the Earthbound Oracle, I think. Yeah. But I think what I was saying before about the Terra is like, it's really wonderful. I love the art style on that deck. It's very different than this one. There's no color. It's all sketched, and I believe microns, because I think that's just what most people use for that type of art. And I love the keywords, don't get me wrong. I think they're great. So it's not about being against keywords, but and I love how they have the eagle and the hawk. Something about that is just right to me. I hope they have an owl in here. Will they have an owl? I'm intrigued. They have to, right? I want him. A horse! Oh my gosh, for you. And the hummingbird, which I'm so excited about. Can we believe we're only on H? I feel like, gosh. Ooh, jellyfish. I'm so excited to learn about all these animals. I know I've already said that. Kangaroo. Gotta be. Lizard. We have monkey. I like monkey in here. I like that. Oh my god, no. Oh my gosh. I love that. I didn't expect that it was just gonna hit my soul like that. Oh my gosh, am I gonna cry? I wanna cry. Thank you so much. Can't believe it. Okay, we have a moth. Mountain lion. Mountain lion. That's another one that's very special to me. Did you know mountain lion is the same thing as a panther, is the same thing as a puma? Isn't that wild? I didn't know that until I had a thing with a mountain lion. Those are different words for the same thing. There's it's a lot deeper than that, but that's just something I didn't know. Ugh, the mouse has been calling me and I don't want to deal with it, but it's calling. So that's another one. Ooh, love octopus. My favorite number is the number 8, so, I gotta love the octopus. Oh, I don't know about possums, though. Not a big fan of possums, but, I think that's the beauty, is getting to know these animals more and, dissolving those preconceived notions, because they are just like us. We are animals just like them. Who doesn't love the otters? They're so freaking sweet, and how they always look like they're loving each other, like the sweetest family ever. Ooh, snowy owl. See, I like that. I feel like the barred, no, actually not barred owl. I think the barn owl and the, what is it called? The great horned owl. There you go. The great horned owl. I feel like, no, I don't know if great horned owl shows up as much, but I know that barn owl does, as we've seen already. Barn owl shows up all the time, but you don't get to see the snowy owl very much. I'm a big fan of the snowy owl. It reminds me of my QPP, for sure. Oh, I love the rabbits. Is it me? Okay, I've actually been wanting to ask people about this. This is a really ranty video, and I hope you're enjoying it. It's a long chat. But I don't know if you folks, I don't know where y'all live in the country. Pretty much most of y'all are in the US. So have y'all been seeing the rabbits out? I feel like last summer/fall, or even spring, I think, a lot of last year in the warmer days, pretty much before winter, I should say, raccoon. I like how there's like more exotic animals that are maybe not from, like I said, most of you guys are from the US, so it's animals that are more like not ones we see in our everyday life. And I like how there's also ones that we do see in our everyday life, like raccoons. You know, you're not going to go to the zoo and see a raccoon. Not that I believe in zoos, but you get the point. You're going to see an elephant in the zoo. You're going to see a mountain lion, or, you know, or maybe a regular lion in the zoo. You're not going to see rats in the zoo. Like I said, not that I believe in zoos, because I don't. But yeah, I like, you get the vibes. That's what I'm trying to say. But what was I saying about the rabbits though? The rabbits really came out. I feel like oops, sorry. I feel like post-pandemic, the rabbits were just out. They were like, listen, we own this land too. I don't know if it's y'all, but in mass, I think even, you know, in the Northeast, maybe it was a thing. Oh, now you got me. They have a scorpion. I don't know why I didn't expect to see a scorpion, but I didn't. Shark. Oh my God, did I have a dream about a shark recently? I think I had a dream. Yes, I had a dream where there were whales and sharks. Really interesting. Oh, the skunk also reminds me of my QPP. Love skunks. Not a big fan of sloths. Definitely have to do some work on that. Snail too. Oh my gosh, this deck is my life. These are not like shocking animals. They're just shocking to me because I've never heard of this deck, so I didn't know what to expect. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. Snakes, you know, you gotta include the snakes. Snakes gotta show up, you know, we all love them. And spider. Spider's another animal of the year of 2024 for me. Squirrels, like I said, is giving possum, raccoon, rat energy. I love it. Gotta work with the squirrel and the starfish. I love to see it. And the swans. I don't know, something really special about swans. I feel like I say that all the time, like, yeah, swans been coming up for me. And you're like, yeah, homegirl, everything has been coming up for you, apparently. Ooh, tiger. I love to see it. I love the tiger. I'm not going to say it's been coming up, but it came up the other day, we'll say. Turkey. Oh my God, QPP, this one's for you. Turtle. I love it. Bitch. Oh, I love this. Okay, vulture. Oh my God, I'm going to freaking... Okay, vulture. We have whale. Okay. Is this a blue whale or sperm? No, it's not a sperm whale. What kind of whale is this? I should know this, but I don't. Because I'm just so obsessed with humpback whales that I don't even be caring about other whales. Not caring. Oh my gosh, not caring. But you know what I mean? Like I don't learn as much about other whales. Even orcas, I'd be learning about orcas. Not even like because I'd be trying, but just because. But I did learn about sperm whales a lot recently, but I don't remember a ton of it. I watched a documentary. But anyways, ending on wolf. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't have a lot of space left on my SD card. So I think I only have a few minutes, but I am just absolutely in awe and so grateful for you, my dear friend, for sending me these wonderful decks. I was going to say, I don't know what I've done to deserve this, but I'm so grateful for your friendship. I'm so grateful for you, for these gifts. Thank you so much. Oops. This is just more than I could have ever asked for. I can't wait to be showing these on the channel, to be working with them and just like reviewing them as the months go on. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being here for this rant. It's actually been really fun. I feel like I don't even let loose. Like I'd be trying to let loose on my videos, but I feel like I've let loose on it like even more in this video. Like I've just, just chatting and I love it. So I'll definitely think more on that and try to let loose even more in future videos. But yeah, like I said, thank you so much for being here. I am endlessly grateful for this amazing set of gifts. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.